Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Leanna and I am a full-time reseller. Today I need to talk about a few things that are going on in our community that are actually upsetting me. There is a small independent thrift store in Calgary, Alberta, Canada, which is like 7 million miles away from where I am. Okay, not really, but it's a few provinces over. This store has now set a limit on the number of items that resellers and boutique owners can buy from their store. The owner felt the need to do this because resellers and boutique owners were going in and stripping her racks, taking almost everything and leaving very little behind for her regular, everyday customers who bought for their own personal use. In order to stop that behavior, the owner put a 2-item limit on resellers and boutique owners. I applaud her for doing that. Hear me out. This is a business owner, a small independent business owner, that wanted to stop a behavior that she felt was bad for her business model. As a small independent business owner myself, I have blocked buyers for what I thought was bad behavior, whether it was rudeness or lying or just whatever I determined was not part of my business model, I blocked. I haven't done that very much because I'm not a block happy kind of person, but I have certain rules and certain standards that I want to stay with, and I want to have to deal with certain behaviors. So I block them. Chances are you've blocked people too, for whatever reason that you determined to be blockable. You wanted to stop that behavior. You didn't want to deal with that behavior. Therefore, you block them. Technically, this is all this business owner is doing. And she's not really even blocking. She is just putting a maximum amount of items they can buy. So if I'm looking at it that way, I applaud her for that. She is looking at her business model, saying the everyday regular customers are who I want this store to serve. And that's her right. She is allowed to run her business the way that she wants to run her business, everything being equal. We have this attitude in our community that there are so many business models out there that work. You know what? You do you is the mindset. And I will 1000% back that up because it's something I truly believe. Just because I do something a certain way doesn't mean that it's going to work for you, and it doesn't mean that it's what you want to do. You have to fit your business into what you want to do. This is what this business owner has done at the very base level of what's going on. From what I've read, the business owner was very respectful. She was not calling resellers or boutique owners names or anything like that, as far as I know. And she was respectful about it. She just, she got a lot of backlash, a ton of backlash. Partly because the media then took over, and the media slanted a lot and said that basically they painted resellers with all the same brush. All resellers were this way. All resellers were greedy. All resellers were disrespectful. And we know that that's not true. We know that there are resellers out there that are good, that are not greedy, that are respectful, that are thankful for any opportunities they have. Unfortunately, we also have resellers out there that are unethical, that are greedy, that do push and shove when they're at a thrift store, that take things out of your hands at the bins. They exist. Those are the resellers that went to this store's Google reviews and left horrible reviews calling the owner names. They're perpetuating the myth that resellers are bad. I don't want to say can't. I don't want to be associated with those people. I am not that person. I am not that kind of reseller. I go into thrift stores and I am polite and I am respectful, and I pick the clothes off the floor if they've fallen, and I take my hangers off before I get to the cashier. That's the kind of reseller I am. I am pretty sure that the majority of us are more like that than we are to the name calling or the pushing and the shoving. So really the problem here isn't that one little tiny store putting limits. It is the media slanting it to include all of us, and it's not right. And I don't know what the solution is to that. I know that in my own personal history, I have not really faced a lot of negativity with regards to what I do for a living. I have not once heard that I steal from the poor or I sell dirty clothes or anything like that. I am lucky. I that's the best way I can say it, from not having to deal with any of that. I surround myself with people who support me and who want the best for me. That is in my own inner circle, my own private sort of personal circle. In my Instagram circle, I tend to unfollow those resellers who fit into that disrespectful or just bad resellers. I just have to say it like that. They're bad resellers. They give our occupation a bad name. I tend to unfollow them or don't follow them to begin with. I tend to follow those people who support one another and who help one another and who have fun and who are respectful to the business. So surrounding yourself with the right people is key. And I know sometimes, you know what, maybe you have a parent or you have a spouse that once in a while gets upset with the death pile mess or something. Those things happen. I am just very lucky that my spouse does the same thing I do. So we are very, we understand each other really a lot. And yeah. So this whole situation with this one store limiting, I don't think it's going to be a all over thing for all thrift stores. Somehow I can't see Goodwill's deciding that they don't want resellers in their stores anymore, because I am pretty sure that the bulk of a lot of thrift stores' sales come from resellers. And we still haven't bought everything that has been donated. So there's a lot of product out there for them to sell to resellers, to boutique owners, to whoever, and I don't see this being a widespread problem. I think it has to do with a small independent store that in some ways was being disrespected, but to be fair to the resellers and boutique owners, if they didn't know that there was sort of a limit or that this was the business model, they took advantage of something that a lot of us would have taken advantage of. Maybe going forward, we think before we buy. If we go into some of these independent stores, I know there's a store that I love to shop at. Their prices are low. They have good quality stuff. A lot of the times we go in, it used to be about once a month. I wouldn't go in every single week, but I go in maybe once a month. I might pick up 10 to 20 items because, first of all, I'm trying to source differently because I don't want piles and piles and piles of inventory. But I might pick up 10 to 20 items. I'm leaving behind thousands. But I don't take advantage of that store because I know that they actually give clothes to people that can't afford them. Part of their mandate is to give these people vouchers for certain types of clothing, winter coats, etc. So I have left things behind because I don't need them. I'm good. I've got enough. And maybe we just need to think that way a little bit more. Maybe. I don't know. The situation, I've heard a couple of other people on Instagram that have maybe a bit of a different opinion than me. And you know what? I welcome different opinions because I want to learn. I want to learn different perspectives. And if you have a different idea about what's going on, I would be more than happy to hear it. So if you want to leave that down below in the comments so we can have a little talk about it, that's awesome. But at the end of the day, Run your business the way you want, stick to your guns about your business model, and be respectful. That's it for now. I just needed really to get that off my chest. Thank you for watching. Give me a thumbs up. Click subscribe if you feel like subscribing. And until next time, bye.